How's it going, guys? This is Collin with Kriegsspiel, the war card game here. I wanted to talk a little bit today about the American Archetype. So I've gone a little bit over America's commanders so far, and I'll scroll over here. I'm on Tabletop Simulator. I feel like this would be the best way to go over the game. I use this for playtesting. As you can see, I have my decks over here from my old style, and that has changed. Those are the card backs there, what the card backs do look like in game, besides being rounded off a little bit. So I've set it into tiers here. So we have low initiative, medium initiative, but we'll get to this in a second. Mid to high initiative, and American Guard units. So America's archetype is all around fast-hitting units. Every national deck is going to have 20 units in their deck. America's archetype is based around those fast, hard-hitting, quick-play units. I'm going to go in depth on that a little bit. So, whoops. Rotate you, nope, rotate you. Alright. So, these here are all 1 or 0 or 2 initiative units. These are units that can play very fast. So, these are units you can get on the first turn and play a full hand down. If you were to get 3 of them, you could play a full field right away. They are all low combat or low health units. But the cool thing about America is there is a cavalry unit in America's deck that is low initiative. Britain lacks this unit. This means America can screen the entire field by just using a cavalry unit in the corner to prevent somebody from attacking their officer if one of their main units are going to be killed. America's easy access to a middle damage cavalry unit is one of the things that sets America apart. Moving down, you have a couple American regiments that are made. 2nd South Carolina, 3rd New Jersey, 2nd Continental. These regiments here are regiments that are made for the most part for just holding the line. Not high damage, as you can see, in differing healths. Moving down, America has some mid-range units as well. Actually, they have just as many mid-range units as they do small units, whereas other nations are going to have more mid to high range units. So here you have some. These can be played the first turn or second turn. I've kind of sorted it out here. America has 3 of their 5 horse units listed here, as well as U.S. Infantry, Legion of the United States, 11th Infantry Regiment, Lady Washington's own horse, Pulaski's Legion, which is a high damage horse unit but low health but easy to spawn. It can be spawned in first turn as well. And then Sheldon's horse, which does the same thing. A little bit lower here, you'll see Morgan's Riflemen and the Green Mountain Boys. These are America's Skirmisher Units. Skirmisher Units are a subset of infantry that have low health but higher damage. Then you have the 1st Maryland Regiment here as well. That's because of their high health. One under that, you have America's 2 guard units. Well, their guard and their support. Britain, for example, has 3 guard units, so America is lacking in the guard category, and their guard is weaker than most. America is revolving around being able to play tactics to your advantage. So you have Washington's Guard and then the Continental Artillery. As you can see from the American Archetype, it is very quick to play, but low damage, low output. So that gets into the American tactic cards. Tactics cards are very important. So America's tactic cards, just like any other tactic card, can only be used by American commanders. American commanders, which I went over in a previous video, all have decent stats. They are lower than British, but it's because America's tactic cards are so overpowered comparable to others. So America's tactics cards are very special to America. First one here is John Paul Jones. During the first card phase, after playing, you may clear the enemy initiative stockpile, setting it back to 0. This is vital. Britain has tons of guard units. Some even go up to 11 initiative to play. So if you were playing as America and you knew Britain had a guard unit coming in and you couldn't attack them, you could spend 3 initiative, which is the basically equivalent to any American mid to small tier unit, and you'll set their initiative back to 0. This means it'll take them 10 turns, if they're not on the plus side, to get that unit into the game. So it can be vital to your victory as America. Secondly, you have the Culper Spy Ring. The Culper Spy Ring was the first true spy organization of the United States. This is a short version of Intercepted Orders. You can't discard an enemy card, but you can view a reserve unit or your opponent's hand. Next, you have Valley Forge. Valley Forge is vital to any American player and increases damage output, which makes them on par with the British. You attach it to your commander. It gives every unit plus 1 CP until the end of the game. If you want to win as America, you need to pull Valley Forge. 6 Semper Tyrannis plays during the second card phase for 1 turn. damage inflicted by the enemy is reflected back onto the damaging unit. So this should be something you could play during the second card phase with a really crappy unit playing against a guard unit, and that you'd already do the combat, and then you put that down, and that, so say someone's going to deliver 9 damage to you, you could turn it around and deliver 9 damage back to them for 5 initiative cost if you didn't have any units. Lastly here, you have Minutemen. So Minutemen's vital for America's deck as well. As you can see, America has tons of 3 initiative or below units to play. It's actually half of their units available in the game. Because of this, Minutemen is vital. So during the second card phase, you attach it to a commander. You can search your deck for a unit with initiative cost less than 3. Of course, you want to shuffle your deck and summon the unit onto the field. So you pay 1 initiative to summon an initiative 3 onto the field of battle. That can be to your reserve as well. So you can use Minutemen to summon any unit onto the field or the reserve. It does not have to be the active field. Again, you can summon it onto your reserve. Because of this, the American Archetype is a very overpowered archetype compared to what you would think. So as far as balance of the game goes, America's units are worse than Britain's. Straightforward. And you'll find that America, due to being able to put down units quickly, is able to quickly deal damage to the enemy. However, you need to pull certain cards to keep that damage going late game. In my play testing, I found generally the American commander is able to deal very quick damage to the British commander. However, the British soon make it back, and it's up to the American commander to pull cards vital to himself to receive the bonus. Now, you'll notice that Valley Forge costs gives 1 CP for 3 initiative. If you note in the rules, you get up to 3 of each card. Now, the starter deck comes just with 1. But if you were to get 3 of them, however you were to get it, you could end up adding 3 CP to every card on the field as America and make a very overpowered deck that'd be hard to match. The only matching card to Valley Forge the British have is Royal Navy, which gives 3 CP for 3 turns. They could pull 3 of those, they could match you for a short time, but an American playing 3 Valley Forges is a force to be reckoned with. I hope you guys enjoy me going over the American Archetype a little bit and some of the units. You can, of course, pause at any time and kind of read over these units. These are JPEG files. I use PNG, but unfortunately, you have to, with Tabletop Simulator, with the size of the deck, I do have to convert it to JPEG. So it might be a little bit hard to read, but you can read over them if you'd like. These are all the American units, though. So these are all the artworks for them, unit-wise, and the American tactics. I hope you guys enjoy me going over the archetype, and soon I'll be going over the British archetype, as well as unit types, as well as moving forward into rules, gameplay examples, how to use cards, and other features of the game. I appreciate your guys' time. I look forward to hearing from you guys' comments and likes, as well as subscriptions. Also, if you want to check out our Kickstarter, you can do so by viewing the description. I will leave a link there to there and my official website. I appreciate it and have a good day. Again, this is Collin from Kriegsspiel, the War Card Game. Thank you.